Hi guys.
Hello everybody.
Welcome to Spooky School with me, Krys Godley.
And me, Jass Godley.
On this Thursday, the 29th of March 2018. Is this Monday, Thursday? Does anybody know?
We think it must be.
You think it is?
It's Easter weekend, isn't it?
What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be a really good Friday.
And why are we doing this today?
Well, why are we doing this today?
So you can be prepared.
What's coming up, Jass?
So exciting, isn't it? The blue moon on Saturday. What do we mean by a blue moon?
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a song in my heart. I don't think that's the right word.
I think it is.
Without a love of my own. Isn't it deep?
It is. Hi Carol, hi Claire, it's great to see you on.
So what do we mean by a blue moon? It isn't a moon that tells mucky jokes.
No, it's not blue.
Not that kind of blue.
It doesn't even look
Is
blue.
Is it blue in colour?
No.
Nah.
Why do we call it blue?
Why do we call it blue? Well, a blue moon is when you have either more than one blue moon, more than one full moon in a month, and or more than 3 full moons in a season.
Yeah. Two different ways.
But
this is
blue moons do happen. 2 blue moons in a year are rare as hen's teeth. Actually rarer.
Really?
Rarer?
Super rare.
More rare.
More rarer.
More rarest. So anyway, yeah, so they're really, really rare. So much so that the one that's coming up on Saturday to those of you who speak Krys, the one that's coming up on Saturday will be only the 3rd double blue moon I've experienced. Actually, we've experienced in our lifetimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
and we're not that old, seriously.
We're not.
So the vast majority of you who are listening, if you were born before 1961, it will be the 3rd double blue moon this weekend that you have experienced. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
So it'll be the 3rd double blue moon that you've experienced in your lifetime, okay? My dad's lifetime was 65 years. He only ever experienced one. Just one in his lifetime.
So, woman rare.
How weird is that, yeah? The only one my dad experienced was the one in 1961, because the one before that was 1885. And the next one for us, which we will be enjoying, is 2037. So this is rare, really rare. Now, blue moons happen maybe once a year-ish, but a double blue moon...
Once every 2 years, every 3 years,
yeah,
you're going to
get a double blue moon. Flipping
heck.
Really,
treat this with respect.
Incredibly rare. It's not... I said a funny word then.
Incredibly rare.
No, I can't remember what I said, but it was funny.
We'll have to watch it back.
I think I was talking with somebody else's teeth in.
Were you talking Romany again?
I could have been talking double Dutch, actually.
So it's a really auspicious time, and we put that together with some other astrology that's going on.
We did.
The retrograde, Jupiter and Mercury right now.
It's not easy for you to say, is it?
No, really give us an opportunity to look inwards.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting? So, this Saturday coming is incredibly auspicious, right? Now, one of the main things is this full moon that's happening on Saturday, which is the 2nd blue moon this year, yeah? Which therefore makes it a double blue moon. The one on Saturday is going to help us with our intent that we set on the 17th
of March at the new moon.
Yeah, so we did a live round about that time to talk to you about setting your intention around the 17th of March. But if you didn't do that then, you've still got time to set your intention for the full moon now. What's a full moon do, Jass?
Well, it brings to completion what
when I
you've
look
been...
at Jass, I can,
Do you see right through?
Not today. Just because I'm not far enough back, hang on. Wow,
like
the
that
light's bright. See-through ears. No.
So moons go from a new moon, where you start something. If you're planting, you would be planting your seeds then. And it's the same with us, isn't it? So you get your ideas, set your intent
Plant the seeds
at
in
a
here.
new moon. And as the moon waxes, so it becomes more visible.
Can I be Karate Kid?
And go on.
Wax off. Wax on, wax off.
That's it.
Wax on.
Wax on. And that's how I first learnt that wax on. It gets bigger and bigger.
Waxing doesn't mean you wax in the car, though, as it was in the Karate Kid.
It was. So, waxing, moon grows. So, about a week after the new moon, you get the first quarter. And then about 2 weeks, the full moon, the whole lunar cycle of new moon to next new moon is about 29 and a half days. So, it's not exactly a 4-week cycle, but it's pretty near.
Is a 4-week cycle something that you ride on for 4 weeks?
I reckon it could
I
be.
reckon it could. Seriously.
Yeah.
The moon's progress could be something that we ride on for 4 weeks.
Well, do you know what? Joking apart.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, you get on something. So get on an idea, get on a project, get on a concept, get on
Don't
something
get on my
you
nerves.
want. No. Don't get on your soapbox either. But what do you want to crack on with? What do you want to get on with? Because as Krys rightly said, if you were with us on the 17th of March for the new moon, you will already have set your intent. But if you didn't...
I hope, if you were paying attention.
Yeah. If you didn't, it's never too late. We have got... Where are we now?
It'll
Thursday?
be too late on Sunday.
Yeah. Thursday.
Set your intent.
Friday.
So we've got the rest
Saturday,
of today. The rest of all of tomorrow.
Friday. Yeah. And then it happens...
Most of Saturday.
We actually won't see it because it happens during the daytime in Europe. So at 1:36 p.m. British summertime, it happens
On Saturday.
on Saturday. In America, it will be morning. You might just see it. It might still be dark enough for some of you to see it, and it is, as Krys said, the most auspicious occasion you will probably experience
Consciously.
at this chapter in your life.
Yeah,
So
consciously for you all, yeah, because you're tuning into Spooky School, therefore you're conscious of what's going on, yeah, so consciously, this is probably the most auspicious time you will experience in this lifetime. How does that feel to you? I've just got the crillies.
Yeah.
So how does that feel to you? How does it feel when we say that to you? And do you know what? It's a funny thing, isn't it? Think of regrets you have in your life. Yeah? Think of those. We all have them, don't we? You know, I wish I'd have whatever. Generally, we don't wish that we'd changed what we did do. We kind of wish we'd changed what we didn't do, don't we? So we don't generally regret things we did do. We generally regret missed opportunities, missed chances, all those sorts of things. When you think of somebody who's right at the very end of their life, in this lifetime, yeah? Think of somebody who would be right at the end of their life in this lifetime. What do you think their focus would be on? Do you think it would be on, I'm really glad I got that car? Nah. What do you think it would be on? For me, it's about the people who are in your life and the way you lead your life. So do you lead your life with integrity, with honesty, with loyalty? Or do you lead your life frivolously, carelessly, without thinking about other people? Which way do you do it? And I'm not making judgment in either way. Do you know what? We're each on our paths. We are each of us on our journey. And that journey isn't the same for each and every one of us. It's not. But for those of you that are here on Spooky School, I would hope that you are making conscious steps to live your life consciously instead of living it unconsciously. So instead of kind of going through the motions, I really hope that you put expectation into your life. I hope that you live it with integrity. Good, Carol.
Absolutely, Carol.
That's fantastic.
It's a lovely word, isn't it? Integrity.
And for me personally, well, and for Jass. Well,
integrity is really. Integrity is definitely one of our bywords.
It is. It's absolutely being ethical.
Yeah.
Being honest.
And being in tune with what we do, so that we can genuinely work from the heart. Yeah, practice what we preach, although we hope we don't preach. But we share with you our. I can't get on my soapbox,
especially at
night.
Like
Numerology.
I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, you did. You spelt it right, Carol.
You did spell it correctly.
So, and it's interesting you're talking about the way we are with people, Krys, because this full moon is in Libra, and it's mainly about relationships. We know Libra is veiled by Lunas. It's ruled by Venus. And Venus, obviously, the planet of love, the planet of...
You said love. Love.
We used to go to the tennis and there was one of the umpires.
Yeah, he didn't say it like that.
Love.
He didn't say it like that.
How did he say it? Go on.
No, it was we used to go to the tennis, to the women's grass court run up to Wimbledon. So all the kind of top players would be there, but it was a very relaxed atmosphere. He's talking of Venus Williams. She's massive. Anyway, she's so tall, I can't tell you. We thought the sun had gone in one time as we were stood looking at the scoreboard. Suddenly, everything went dark around.
And there she turned round.
I'm thinking, has the sun just gone behind a cloud? Turn round, and Venus and Serena are stood behind us looking at the scoreboard.
Awesome.
They are massive. They're so tall.
Talk about powerhouse.
We're proper little short bums. They are so tall,
so
and their
muscular.
energy is incredible. I'm like, okay, you can look. I'll move. So, okay. So clearly, Claire's saying the energies at the moment are driving me crazy. No, what's that saying?
Crazy. Oh, crazy.
It is.
Patsy
Cline. And maybe being too honest with people, not always a good thing.
Claire, can I just say, if you haven't already watched it, when Jupiter went retrograde, we talked about what it means for the different zodiac signs. Have a look at that, because there was a lot in there about, is this the time for you to be open-hearted and trust people, or is it the time for you to keep things close to your chest?
Is that in the sanctuary?
I think it was in the sanctuary. We've done a couple live on Spooky School here on the public page. Today, right after this live, we will be going into Spooky School Sanctuary, and we'll be giving you more detail, particularly about for your zodiac sign.
Yeah, we will.
How to make the most of this blue moon.
We will. So basically, this blue moon's mainly about your relationships with people that you love, yeah, and which we're looking for peace and harmony, yeah. This full blue moon's in Libra, so we all know that Librans are looking for peace and harmony, aren't they?
Balance.
Looking for balance. They're looking for things to kind of run smoothly, run evenly. So Venus is about looking at yourself, Yeah, it's about looking at yourself and looking at how you value yourself. Yeah, and then seeing how that shows up in your needs, your desires, your wants, your values. Yeah, so it's very much that can. Claire, I did watch them. Other than taping my mouth up, it's just coming out. Liberating, but so not like me. Well, do you know what, Claire? Maybe get yourself a piece of turquoise, micropore it to your throat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not across your
Or
mouth.
do what I'm doing.
Yeah, wear a turquoise top or something. Micropore it to your throat if you're going to wear a piece of turquoise, and just allow the energy of that turquoise to temper your communication. But you know what? Maybe it's the time when you need to get that out. Maybe it is. So
maybe it is, because this is all about relationships now. So it could be that you need to talk with some people who are in your life about how you genuinely feel.
It could be. You need to say to Jass, stop diddling your leg.
But
that isn't rude, by the way.
Do it with tact and do it with consideration.
Jass, I love you. Stop diddling your leg.
I'm rocking on my chair.
She is. There may be trouble ahead.
Never. So something to look out for.
So during this blue moon, you may feel vulnerable to other people's criticism of you. You may do. Especially as a sensitive, which if you're on air you are, the important thing is to do what feels right to you. It is. But if you feel dishonoured by somebody, if you feel unacknowledged, remember that you can do that for yourself. Yeah? We don't need external validation, do we? We don't need that. It's nice.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that credit where credit's due, to get that pat on your back for good job well done.
But the most important person that can validate you is you. Yeah? Remember.
That goes hand in hand with self-love, doesn't it? Because when you truly, unconditionally love yourself, you value yourself as well.
You do. Claire, maybe I should swallow the turquoise. You'd have a problem getting it out the other end, to be honest. I am just saying no when I normally would say yes. It seems to be throwing some people. That's fine, you know. It's fine. Do you know what? If there's a time you're going to stand up and value yourself, which is what saying no is, then this is the perfect time to be doing that. So I wouldn't concern yourself about it. I wouldn't. I mean, you know, you don't need to say to somebody, no, do one, do you? You just have to say, no, thank you. That's not for me. Your story's touched my heart. Now go away and leave me alone. Yeah? We don't need to get caught up in other people's dramas and stuff, do we? We can just simply go, okay, that's how you're living your life. That's what you want to do. That's what your priority is. It's actually not mine. So have a lovely day.
And you know, it's a brilliant time for breaking those patterns. So if you were the one that everyone else always relies on, if you're the one with those broad shoulders, have you got your label sticking in you?
No, I think I've got critter. Claire goes rogue, even.
Go rogue, Claire.
Claire goes rouge. So
and hello, Francis. Mate. You came on.
Oh, hi, Francis.
Yeah. So an interesting thing about this is, it is all about relationships. It's all about feelings, and it's about how you relate to yourself and to other people. But you can also expect results. So expect things to blossom, expect things to come to fruition. However, usually that happens at the time of the full moon. But just because we've got Mercury retrograde until the 15th of April, you might actually find that, yes, you'll get results on Saturday, but you might find you get more results from the 15th of April. So there might be that little bit of a delay there.
So let me say this to you. You know the phrase, once in a blue moon? You know that one? You know, where somebody will say to you, you know, if you've been out recently, and they'll say, you know, once in a blue moon. Yeah? Well, guess how rare once in a double blue moon is? So what that means is...
We don't even say it, do we?
No, we don't. So what that means is the totally unexpected can happen. Yeah? The totally unplanned can happen. Usually good stuff.
Absolutely.
Miracles can happen at this time. Miracles can happen. Yeah? Think about once in a blue moon. Once in a double blue moon, flipping heck. How rare is that? Miracles can happen.
It really is a time for turning corners. So, do you know, if you've been struggling with something, if you've had something that's bugged you again and again and again...
I'm slightly worried you're going to disappear in a flash.
Oh, because I've bugged you. How naughty was that?
I'm in trouble. La, la, la,
Tell you what, we've had such a funny day today. We are both like a couple of little kids. We said, you know, we talk about the inner child. Well, our inner child's are being out of children today.
Believe me, my inner child is external.
If we were with the grandchildren, it'd probably be them telling us.
Yeah, we'd
been naughty all day. Well, not naughty, but just playful.
Silly naughty.
Yeah. But seriously, this blue moon, and as Krys said, be aware, it's not just a blue moon, it's a double blue moon. Expect the unexpected, expect those miracles. And you really can. We're laughing now because Claire's offering to share her tape for gagging.
For a mouth.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Jass knows how much I love her. About everything around that.
And isn't that lovely? And do you know what? If you truly love and accept yourself and you find that unconditional love within yourself, you can find it with other people as well. And I really hope you have or you do, because...
So I could find that.
Excuse me.
See,
it is the most wonderful
the
thing. The
7-year-olds have been playing out in the car today.
But, you know, we find love in different ways. I just want to say this.
Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it.
It's
that was
the
good, wasn't it?
Spooky School singing show.
Marlena Dietrich.
I want to say this because I know some of you feel that your life lacks purpose. And I know for some of you that comes from the fact that you don't feel you've met your soulmate. Now, I have to say, in some lifetimes, because you know we believe in having many, many lifetimes, if it's not your belief...
reincarnation.
Yeah, if it's not your belief, then just shut your ears and go do for the next couple of minutes.
Sing for a little while. All I've got to say is, if you don't believe in reincarnation, I'll see you in the next life and we'll talk about it again.
Yeah. We have had many, many lifetimes where, yes, we've been in that life together, but we've not always been partners. We've not. So, you know, we've been together, but, you know, in some lifetimes, we barely had any time together. It's one lifetime we've recalled where it was less than 8 months, wasn't it? Yeah. So, you know, if you're putting the whole of your life on hold and feeling it's meaningless because you are waiting for that soulmate, please, please, please look for other purposes in your life. It doesn't mean you won't meet them in this lifetime, because you might well.
But you know, sometimes our soulmate is not our partner. Mm. And that doesn't mean you need to run off with somebody else's partner. But your soulmate might actually be, in this lifetime, a child, one of your children.
Someone else in your family.
Might be your parent, might be your sibling, yeah?
It might be a very good friend.
Yeah, might be. Sometimes our soulmates aren't quite our partners, that doesn't mean that we can't have a really good relationship with somebody we choose to be partners with. It doesn't. But they might not be your soulmate. But the other thing is, we travel round in, this is our belief, okay? We travel round in groups of 12. Yeah? Our souls travel round in groups of 12. And we have adjoining soul groups that interact with ours, yeah? Your soulmate can be anyone out of your soul group.
Isn't that a thought?
So there are 11 possibilities in every lifetime, aren't there? And that's why sometimes when people are married and lose their partner in some way, and they then meet somebody else, they then find love again, and the second love is wonderful and exciting, and the first love was pretty good, but the second one is wonderful and exciting and absolutely perfect. They might both have been soulmates. They might both have been in your soul group. Yeah? But one of those will have been your soulmate.
Yeah.
But the others will be soul group members who are really close. Really
Absolutely.
close.
So please love yourself, accept yourself. That doesn't mean that you think you're God's gift to everything and that you don't need to learn and grow, because we're all on a journey, as Krys said, didn't she? You know, we're all learning, growing, being the best us that we can be.
Absolutely.
But accepting, you know, we're not perfect. None of us are.
Just let me record that.
But
quote, Jass, you said this. As if.
But loving yourself
It is.
and striving to be the best you that you can be is wonderful. And in that, you find purpose, because the purpose in your life this time might not necessarily be to meet up with your soulmate and do everything together.
It might not be.
It might be something different. You know, you might have a real deep passion for something that you've not yet been able to engage with. This could be that turning point, because this is the time to turn corners. So in a really positive way, it's the time to let go of things that have been holding you back. It's the time to break those old patterns that have kind of shackled you to
that have held you in place.
Said before about when you live life like going round in a hamster wheel. You used a particular phrase when we were talking earlier today. And it really, yeah. We've had a busy day. But you know what I mean,
Was I awake when I spoke?
That sort of different day, same day, you know.
Same old. You know, when you're doing that, when you're just repeating the same, and life can become tedious, it can become
mundane,
it can become boring, mundane. It can, but you know what?
Hi, Mandy.
You know what? We need to make the most of our lives, or else what's the point, really? What's the point in being here if you're not enjoying it? What's the point being here if you're not happy? What's the point being here if you don't love? And for me, a belief system I have had for a long time is, if you don't love yourself, yeah, if you don't love yourself really deep, if you don't love yourself, how can you give love to another person? You can give superficial love, but if you don't know how to love you, then how can you do that? How can you give to another person that love? Because you've not found it within yourself. So for me, and that doesn't mean you always put yourself first either.
No,
it doesn't.
It's not about being selfish.
You know, it's not about selfish. It's not being self-absorbed, self-centred. It's not. But saying that, there's nothing wrong with being a selfish person. There's not, some of the time. There's nothing wrong with being selfish some of the time. Because we need to put ourselves first sometimes, don't we?
We have to look after ourselves, don't we?
We do.
And you know that
Sometimes.
the more we look after ourselves and the stronger and the more robust and the more sort of solid and loved we are, the more we can give
Yeah.
to everyone else, because you know it's like having a full bucket of water. You can give all of that
You can.
instead of having a nearly empty bucket of water.
You can.
With nothing
You know what
left
they
to
say
give.
about empty vessels making loud noise? Just call me empty. No. So you know what they say about empty vessels making loud noise? That's because it echoes. So this is a really good time to make a fresh new start. It's a really good time to do that. It's a really good time to have a new beginning. And you know what? If you're going to do it today. Now, that doesn't mean that you say, do you know, somebody did this a long time ago. We were at
An outdoor fair, wasn't it?
and we were doing readings, and somebody came up to us and said, can I have a reading? We said, yeah, sure. And they said, it's just, I don't know what to do, because I've just been for a reading with somebody, I won't say who it was, just been for a reading with this person, and they told me that I should leave my job and
hand him a notice
and become a healer. Now, seriously. So, forgetting the fact that you need money to live in this materialistic world, yeah, you can't live off fresh air. How irresponsible is that of the person doing that reading? To say, give up your job, hand your notice in, and start working as a healer. Seriously. I can't tell you how cross that made me. So, needless to say,
and it had really stressed her because
it's hard.
Yes,
she was
she
tearing
didn't want
her hair
to go
out.
down that path, but she had kids.
She was terrified. She had kids. She had a mortgage,
responsibilities, and
she
to
had a
herself
job
as well as the family.
that was, paying away, getting her through.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
seriously. So, make a fresh new start. So, in that doesn't mean give your job up, leave your house, run away, and start life again living in a tent. Okay, doesn't mean that. So, making a fresh new start can be a change in perspective. Okay, it can be a change of your hopes for the future. It can be a change in your plans for the future.
it can be a change in the way you think about yourself, about your life.
It can be a change in your attitude towards other people. Now, the important thing is, at this time, is to be in touch with your intuition. That's the real important thing about this time, about any changes that you think you're going to make. Because remember, the moon is all about intuition.
Isn't it?
Yeah? That lunar cycle is part of what guides our intuition. It's the yin aspect. Yeah, it's the feminine. Yeah, the divine feminine. The hidden, the intuitive, the kind of the nurturing side, the warm side.
The going within.
The going within, yeah.
The reflection.
Introspection, all that sort of stuff. That's what the moon energy is about. So the important thing is to use your intuition, expect instant results.
Absolutely.
Expect amazing completion on Saturday.
Expect
or
magic.
Within a day or so of it.
Yeah.
Expect awesome new beginnings. So, now is the perfect time to manifest. So look within you, decide tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Be honest, because it's only you living inside your skin. It's only you that experiences your life. Other people around you, yeah, they love and care about you, but it's only you actually living and breathing your life. And by looking within at this time and really feeling what matters to you and being inspired about those results and the new beginnings.
Absolutely.
You can really change your life for the better.
You can. So decide what you really want, what you really love to have in your life. And manifest that. Manifest it. So this is letting go of emotional tension. Yeah? It's about, this is the perfect time. Seriously. All our lives we've waited for this moment. All our lives we've waited for this moment.
Grasp it.
Set your flipping intent, guys. Seriously.
Go for it.
Set what you want in your life for the years to come. And manifest it, because this is an amazing, amazing time. Now, the next time we get a double blue moon, the next time you'll get this opportunity is 2037. So now is the time. If there's anybody you know that needs to hear this message, tag them.
Yeah, share.
Or
share this to
this to them.
Yeah.
You can share it in a message, or you can share it on your page, whatever. But if there's somebody you believe needs to hear this, then tag them.
Because everything is possible now. Yes, the focus, because it's Libra, is on relationships.
Harmony,
it's on
love.
Absolutely. Peace, kindness, consideration. But it's also personal and professional relationships. So things at work can change, just like things on the home front and in your personal life can change. But also with actual work and money as well.
This is exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. It's about bringing your life into the perfect balance and harmony for you.
So remember, that balance, isn't just about your emotions, isn't just about your spirituality, isn't just about your physical body. It's also about your physical life. Yeah? And your physical life means that we have money in our pockets to pay for our bills. Yeah? And more.
Savings for a rainy day.
Yeah. So it is actually blurring as we speak. But bring in that perfect balance and that perfect harmony into your life, whether that's with relationships, money,
work,
career, job,
passion, hobbies.
What your passion is, what your hobby is, the people that you're with, whatever it is. Guess what? This is the time to get your life into the perfect balance. And remember,
believe
you can have it all.
You really can.
You can have it all. This is the time to manifest it. So
if you want to enhance your intuition, that's what we're doing exactly at this moment in Spooky School Sanctuary.
Yeah,
that's the focus. We're doing lots of other things as well, regular things like meditations, but the focus at the moment is on enhancing your intuition.
So
if you could do with a bit of that, come on into Spooky School Sanctuary.
Yeah, if you want a bit, come on over to my place.
Can be your place.
Okay, so in the meantime, have a lovely Easter.
Yeah, and have an amazing blue moon. And remember, it can last. The results can carry right on through.
2037.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, it is
goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from her. Goodbye. Hey, that's a hard one.